You're standing in a place you've never visited before. Someone says a sentence you've never heard, and suddenly a strange chill runs through your body. For one impossible second, you're convinced you've already lived this exact moment. Why? This feeling has a name, déjà vu, and almost everyone has felt it. Roughly 2 out of 3 people experience it at some point in their lives, usually in their 20s, usually for just a few seconds, and almost always without warning. For most of human history, there was no scientific language for it, so people reached for the only explanations that felt big enough. Past lives, glimpses of fate, proof of some hidden destiny replaying itself. The feeling is so intense, so specific, that coincidence never felt like enough of an answer. But here's where it gets interesting. What if déjà vu isn't a memory at all? What if it's the feeling of a memory, with nothing actually behind it? To understand this, you have to separate 2 things your brain normally keeps tightly linked: familiarity and recollection. Recollection is remembering an actual moment, the who, what, when. Familiarity is just a sense that something feels known, with no details attached. Normally, these two travel together, but every once in a while your brain produces the feeling of familiarity in isolation, full intensity, zero content. That mismatch is what déjà vu actually is, not a memory returning. A feeling arriving alone, with nothing behind it. So why does this glitch happen? One leading idea involves timing. Your brain processes a scene through multiple pathways almost simultaneously, but almost leaves room for tiny delays. If one pathway registers a moment a fraction of a second before another, your brain may misread the second signal as something it has already seen, simply because part of it arrived first. What makes this even stranger is that you'd never notice this delay directly. You'd only notice its side effect, the eerie sensation that this has happened before. Another possibility lives in memory itself. Your brain doesn't store experiences as complete scenes. It stores fragments, a layout, a tone of voice, a quality of light, and reassembles them later. Walk into a new room with a similar layout to one you've forgotten, and your brain may partially match the fragments without consciously recognizing why. You don't remember the old room, you just feel its ghost, layered invisibly over the new one. This is also why déjà vu can trick you into feeling like you're predicting what happens next. For a moment, you might think, I know what they're about to say, but the real twist is this. That feeling of foresight is just confidence borrowed from false familiarity. You're not actually predicting the future. You're pattern matching a feeling so strong it convinces you certainty must follow. Confidence and prediction feel identical from the inside, but they are not the same thing. Modern neuroscience hasn't settled on one single answer. Some researchers point to brief misfires in the brain's memory regions, similar in nature to the electrical hiccups seen in certain seizures, just far milder and far more common. Others focus purely on the mismatch between recognition systems. Most people never realize there are competing theories at all. They assume science has this fully explained. It doesn't. And maybe that's the most fascinating part, because déjà vu reveals something most people never stop to consider. Memory isn't a perfect recording. It's a reconstruction, rebuilt every time you reach for it, vulnerable to glitches, delays, and strange crossed wires most of the time you'll never notice. Your brain isn't broken when this happens. It's simply doing something astonishingly complex at impossible speed, and once in a while, the seams show. So perhaps déjà vu isn't proof that you've lived this moment before. Perhaps it's proof that your own mind is far stranger and far more mysterious than you ever imagined.